The hot topics that B2B marketers are talking about and I'm hearing at B2B Content2Conversion are really around the buyer's journey and really understanding that the content is only as good as the alignment with the person receiving it, and the engagement happens when there's alignment, and that really comes down to timing and knowing where buyers are in their journey. And also I'm hearing a lot about video and how to use video as another way to engage. So a great case study that I've heard about at the conference so far is one from Mike Ballard at Lenovo, and what he's doing is pretty unique in terms of matching the content that he's preparing, and whether that's video through using Vidyard or other tools, as well as aligning that content with the buyer and where they are in their journey and where they are in their buying stage. So it's really bringing together different marketing technologies to give a better experience for the end recipient. So the buyer is getting the message at the right time in a creative fashion. So one of the ways that we are creating content that's compelling and relevant to buyers goes back to really understanding where the buyers that are in our funnel, where they are in their journey. And if they're in the awareness stage, it's simply educating them on, for example, what predictive is about and why you invest in predictive, and really becoming that thought leader for those buyers, which is a completely different set of content and messaging than someone who is further down the funnel that's in a purchase decision or in an evaluation decision. So it's really about how do we align our messaging with where buyers are in their journey. One of the tips and one of the examples that we could offer is knowing the buyer's journey and the different stages that a buyer goes through, and understanding where they are at the beginning of that stage and what do they need to read and what do they need to be aware of and what messaging do they need to see. So when you understand that, you can build content. So going back to thinking about at the beginning of a journey, before you even know who the vendors are in the market, you need to be educated on why you might invest in that space. So creating content that's really thought leadership content, much more so than how do I differentiate my competitor versus the other competitors, is something that's proven really valuable for us as a company. So some of the new tools and tactics and really thought processes that we're bringing to bear at the show is really about omni-channel marketing. So how do you collect all of the data that you have, all of the insight, whether it's inside your four walls or outside your four walls, and make sense of that. And when you make sense of that, you can go from brand to demand to revenue. So that's something that we're really focused on at our company, is how do we help our customers make sense of all of the touch points that a company or a prospect might have throughout their journey, from all of the marketing outreach that you might do, and then aligning that with the right message at the right time based on where that company is in their buyer's journey. So based on all the patterns of behavior that buyers exhibit out across the web and on their own website, we make sense and tell you where companies are in their buyer's journey. So it's really leveraging that insight that you have as a marketer and all the data, and then being smarter about everything you do from a media execution, campaign management, sales prospecting effort.